Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we're going to start working on our title block. But first of all, before we work on our title block, I will show you how to make your logo. Even though your logo is very small on your drawing, it is still very relevant and important because the logo represents your brand. So you should take the time to make your logo look as professional as possible so that you can look professional also and your drawings will look also professional. So let's get into this video, guys. Welcome back, guys. Now, first of all, I would like you to open your Setup YouTube drawing, the last drawing we used on our border tutorial. So in this drawing, I would like you to select Home and then select the layer Title Block. Everything that we will do in our title block will be under the layer Title Block. It does not have to be purple or magenta. It just has to be under the layer Title Block because this layer would be locked to make sure that you do not delete this layer by mistake. As you can see, the little lock is set already. That was on our layer tutorial. You can check that out if you have not done that as yet. But in this video, we're going to continue with our drawing setup YouTube. So first of all, you select your layer block. Even though our layer is now locked, it would not be handy to lock it right now. So we will unlock it for now. So we will be able to work in our drawing with this layer on. So let's just unlock it for now. We will lock it later on again. And then you would either, for our logo, you would either have to make your own logo in AutoCAD, so meaning draw it over, as I showed you in here. You would either have to draw it over. These are all AutoCAD geometry, which I draw over my image. Or you can either insert an image in your drawing. Personally, this looks cool, but this has sometimes it does not look good because depending on the quality of your image. And this one right here, I find this one looks better because then AutoCAD can manage the thickness, how it prints. Then you would know always it will be printed a specific way. Like different printers print this image differently. So even though your drawing is the same, it will be printed differently in every printer because images are, depending on your printer, the quality of your printer, this affects how your logo looks on your drawing. Whereas if you just would draw it yourself with standard geometry within AutoCAD, then you'll be sure that your drawing logo or your logo on your drawing would always look the same no matter what printer you print it on, generally, because I must say some printer really look really bad, has really bad quality. So I will show you how to make insert or make your logo. And first of all, let us start with our image picture. Now there are two ways to insert the image picture. You either open your logo within your picture, your image viewer in your computer, and then you would copy this image, just right click and click on copy. Then you would go into AutoCAD and then you would have to paste it. You cannot paste it by right clicking. You would have to press CTRL and then V for paste. And here you can see AutoCAD recognizes that your image has been copied and then you can just paste it. Now here AutoCAD is asking you to specify the scale or the factor of your image. Now in this case, we will just keep it at 1. We do not want to scale our image. It's already small as it is, so it will just stay at 1. Then it would ask me, do I want to rotate my image? I do not want to rotate my image. I will just leave it as 0. So just press enter. Now here we have our drawing, our image. Oh, sorry guys. This was not the idea to paste it in my course drawing, but in my setup drawing. Sorry. We will try this again. CTRL-V, and then we would click once more. We would not want to scale it, so let me keep it at 1, which just to press enter. It's set already at 1. Then we do not want to rotate it. The angle is set to 0. We just will enter that. And now we can see our image is copied into my YouTube, setup YouTube video, drawing, sorry. So now since we have our image in our drawing, you could either have a good image that does not have this line around it, or you can choose to keep the margin or the border around it. Now, in my case, I will keep the border because then I am sure that the image is nice and center within my title block, or you could decide to clip it. And here, if you select the image, a new tab will appear. It is named image. And here you can create a new clipping. So if you click on clipping, then you can then zoom in as much as possible and select the corners of your clipping. And here you can see it is very nice. Now it does not have a border around it. But as I said before, you can use this, but I do not want to use this. I want to keep my border around my image. So let's just go back. Okay, let's just keep it without a clipping. At least mine's I will keep without a clipping. If you want, you can do your clipping, or your image does not have a border, then you don't have a problem. So now this is one way how to insert your image. Now the next way how to insert an image is by clicking on the tab Insert, and then going here by your reference tab, Attach, and here you can select your image. This is the image I want to select. I click on Open, and here you can decide what type of path do you want to use for your image. A full path means just an absolute path that AutoCAD will look for your image. So that like an absolute path just means text that AutoCAD will literally reference to an image located in a specific path or specific location. Now you can either do a full path, a relative path. That means AutoCAD will look within your drawing or your project map, a folder. Or you can choose no path at all, and that will just look within only in the folder where your drawing is located. In this case, I will choose a full path, and I will click it, and again AutoCAD will ask me for the scale factor. I will choose 1, so just press enter, and that is how you insert an image with your attachment tool. Now as you can see, both images are inserted in 2 different ways, but regardless both images look the same. So that you can see that it really doesn't matter how you insert it, and I prefer the first way because then AutoCAD does not have a path towards, oh yeah, it does have a path towards the image. So you can see that the path is an absolute path, and here is also an absolute path. It will look for it on this specific path. So in these 2 examples, if you will have to move your image to a different location within your computer, then when you open your drawings, AutoCAD will not be able to find your image. And you would not want this. So just bear in mind, if you choose a path, rather it's a no path, a full path. Actually, let's just do one without no path to see what it does. open, and now I would choose no path, and we will insert it, no rotation. And if we click this drawing, it still has a path, but that is just within your project map. So meaning if wherever your project is located, the drawing and your image will be located within the same folder on your uh, um, in your windows, in your documents. So just bear in mind that this has consequences if you do it this way. That if you want a real image, and of course they have one more way. The way I like to do it is by drawing my own logo in within AutoCAD. That way I will know I would never have an issue looking for my logo, and my logo will be within in my drawing as a block. You can also export the block so that you can insert it in multiple drawings. And then the good thing about this is that if my logo would have to change, I could just change that one logo, that one block, and then redefine it within my drawing, and it will just inherit the new block however you change it. So that is very handy. So let me show you how you do this. So then you go into your home tab, and here my logo is kind of oval. It looks like a circle, but it's kind of oval. So I will go to my ellipse command, and then I will try to pick the center. This is kind of not the center, so let's just go a little bit more to the left. Let's just keep it within my boundaries. And here you can see it's kind of good, but it's not very 100% good. So let's just tweak this a little bit. Here it does is not. So here we can do it a little bit bigger. And to the top it's good, and to the bottom it is slightly not where I want it to be. So this way you will have to do a lot of zooming in. So here you can see I have it more or less, I have what I need. So here you can choose. Now I will have to do the offset command, and I would like to offset it. I don't know how much, so I will just click and then offset it more or less what I want it to be offset. Enter, and it would ask me to offset the next geometry, but I don't want to because I have offset it already, so I just press escape. So here we have my two ellipse. Now we need a circle, and these are for these balls here. So here we can have one circle, and this circle we will copy. So CO copy, press enter. Then I will select the center point, and I will try to get it as close as possible where it's supposed to be. You have to be very creative when it comes to drawing over an image, because it will never be 100%. So you can just tweak it here and there a little bit to make it look as nice as possible, or however you are satisfied with how it looks. Okay, so I did the easy part. Now we have the hard part, which is the inside. I've already more or less measured how much I want this to be, but I will do it again for this tutorial sake. So here I selected a rectangle now, and I will zoom in as much as possible and try and get that corner. Now, this will be about so. So here we can see that my X direction, which is the one that is blue now, is about 15. So let us just make it 15. And now our Y direction, which is now the blue one, it is minus 21. So let's just type in minus 21 and press enter. Now here you can see it is still not what I really wanted. So let's just move this a little bit more out. Let's say 0.5, enter. So here we can see it's okay now. Let's bring this down a little bit with the move function. So here we can see it's okay. Now we can divide the lines. Now the lines are about, let's just measure it in the measuring tool, about 0. Let's say 7. So my lines will be till this line here. So if I measure this is about 4.6. Why I'm doing this is because I want to divide it evenly. So we're gonna draw a line, just a long line, and we're gonna make it to 4.6. Let's just check again. It's still kind of too close to the line, so let's just move it. Enter, meaning move, and let's move it 0.2. Let's see. Okay, now this looks more better. No, let's just move it back 0.1. So now my distance is now 4.7. And 4.7, your calculator, 4.7 divided by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines divided by 7 is about 0.67. So then I will copy this line back to the beginning, and now I will click on move, or let's just copy it again, CO for copy, and let's make it 0.67, and let's copy it multiple times from this corner, 0.67. It's already set, so all I have to do is copy and paste, copy, paste. Okay, so now we have those lines. Now, since these lines are just as thick as these lines, let's just do the same for the top. All these lines are just guiding lines. So we uncopy again 6.7. Oh, sorry, 0.67. 0.67. And now we will copy this one also. CO for copy, enter the first point, and then we will make these also 0.67. As you can see, this one is not really 0.67, is a little bit more. So this one will be 0.3 millimeters more than Well, these two will be 0.3 millimeters more. So I will do move 0.3. And here you can see it's quite good now. And the same we will do for the bottom, but actually I would just mirror this to the bottom. So I select all the lines, then I come to the center and then bring it either this way or this way, not up because then it will mirror it to the side. I want it to mirror, this will be my mirror line. And you just click. Do I want to erase my source object? No. So here we can see it's quite not good. So what we can do is move this to the top. Let's see how much, 0.2. And what can I do is delete these lines. Measure this one also. It is 5. Let's say 5.2. So 0.5.2. Go back to our calculator. 5.2 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also 7. Then my width will be 0.74. So let's just go here, copy this one, 0.74. Delete this line because it won't match anymore since we did a little bit more. We will copy this one now, CO, copy, 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 and copy. So as you can see, it's quite good now. Now we choose a next rectangle, and in this one, we're gonna go down. Let's just choose an even number, 3.2. And this rectangle will be 7.4, and then you press tab, minus 4.7. Minus means -2 direction of the y, which is going up. So minus y would be that direction, this direction. And since we did positive x, that will be that direction. So negative x and positive x, positive y and negative y. So this you will have to record in your head. This you will have to remember. AutoCAD help you that when you're drawing a rectangle, as you can see, it automatically fills in a value for you so that you can know which direction you are going. So as you can see, both are negative because both are going the opposite to the positive. So my y, which is the vertical line, is going down, which is negative, to my 0 point. And my x is also negative, which is, this is my 0 point, my insertion point, which is going this way. Now, if we bring it down this way, you can see that my x is positive now, which is the first square, which is now in blue. And my y is negative because it is going down. Now, this direction, both are positive. And this direction, my x is negative and my y is positive. So AutoCAD help you also too, so that you don't have to, it will be handy if you memorize it, but it will help you to remember. Let's just put it this way. Now this text right here, I remember it was Calibri. So I will go into my insert a text, and I will click wherever. I will just click, and now it will ask me to type a text. In my example, it is called Easy Cut. As you can see here, my text is just lines because it is ISO, but I do not want it to be ISO. I want it to be, let's just say, where is it? The text name. Where are you? Oh, it is set to textile default, which is good. That's good. Let's just leave it as default. Now let's go into our, if you double click into the text, here you can choose a different text font name. So let's go to Calibri. In my example then, I'll go to Calibri. This one. This is the one I like. It matches my logo the most. Now you can just insert it there. And I will bring it across all the way to this line here. As you can see, the height is not really 100% the height I need it to be. So I will make it about 2.8 in my properties. And my, as you can see, it does not fill it. So what I will do is select this text again, and you go here, and I want to distribute my text within this block or this rectangle right here. That what will happen if I press this button. As you can see, it is nice and even, which I wanted it to be. Now this text, I want it to be in a color 40 because I don't want it to show up pink or black. So I will go into my color. I will go select color, and here we have number 40. That's just my personal choice. You can choose a different one if you like. And now let's go into, so since I have these guidelines here, I do not want my logo to be this way. So I will go into my polyline now, and I will trace over this whole logo. I will speed up the process so that you will not get tedious and yeah, so it will not take so long, then this video will not be super long. Now this is my trace over. As you can see, I selected it. It is traced over. And also these at the bottom are loose rectangles. It does not touch this one. So these will just be simple rectangles. Okay, so since I am done now, I can now delete these guidelines that I drew first. So delete all of these, and also this rectangle right here. And also my outer rectangle that helped me decide what size my E would be. So now we have our logo drew over. Now you want to just select everything. Select everything and type move, press enter, and I would like to move it to the side. So here is my draw over logo, drawn, copied from my image. So this logo, I would like it to be in the color 40. Press enter. Now I would like to fill in my logo. This text will also be kind of a problem also, because if I leave it like this, as I explained in my other video, that whenever I choose legacy hidden, this will be open. So it will not be that neat. You could either explode the text. Let's see if I have the option to explode text. explode. Explode text. No, it does not explode. That is because it have a feature. It is called add this kind of advanced feature that you have to add to AutoCAD. The only way how you could get this feature is by adding it on to your installation. When you're installing it, it has an express tool. I do not have the express tool. As you can see, it does not have express tool here, but I have this text somewhere else that I could copy paste it. But I will do that some other time. I will just leave it like this for the example of this video. So now that I have my logo outline, now I would like to fill it in with hatch or color. Now here we go to home and select hatch, and now you can select your hatch. I do not want to be angle, I just want to be solid, and go click inside of each geometry that is closed. If the geometry is not closed, meaning if it's open, it will not hatch. You have to make sure it's a closed geometry. As you can see, it picks this one up because it is closed. This one also, this one is also closed. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of not always that handy, so I will just do that in a separate hatch. So now, since I've selected my outer line, I will click on right click and then press enter, and I will select hatch one more, and this time I will select the remaining lines, this one, and this one. Press enter. As you can see, now it's nice and neat. Now these, I do not want to be purple. I would also want it to be kind of gold yellowish kind of logo. So I will go into my I will select my hatch first, and then right click and hatch edit. And here I can select my different colors. What I would like to do is a gradient, and the first color I would like to be 40, and my second color I want it to be 255. 255 is also white. This is 7 is also white, but this 7, it will always turn black. So I would like to choose a color that would stay white. So 255 is set to white most of the time. Let's click OK. And as you can see, it is what I wanted. You can actually play with this. Now let's go to the next hatch, edit. I will do the same for this one, 40, 255, and select OK. Now, this is actually my logo. Now you can just select it all, and now type BL for block, press enter, and now I will name this block and it will be called logo. Insertion point, I want it to be about the center of my logo. As you can see, okay, here it selected the center. Now it's kind of tricky. Yep, this is the center. So now you can convert it into a block. I do not want it to open in the block editor. This is good, and I will select OK. One last thing, go back into your block, select everything, and now by the line width, I want it to be 0.00. I do not want to be thick lines. I just want it to be nice and smooth. So here we have it, guys. Three different blocks, three different logos, I mean. So first one was the one that I just copy paste. The second one I inserted with home or insert button and then attach. And the third one I made myself, which I prefer because then I know it will always be printed this way. So guys, this was the example of how you make a logo. In my next video, I will show you how to use your logo then in your title block. So we will make our title block in our next video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found this very handy. I hope you was able to make your logo. I know it is very hard because not every image is that easy to draw over. So keep in mind, the more intricate your logo is, the more difficult it will be to make this part, which I prefer. Or you can just choose to make it easy for yourself and just choose to just insert your image into your drawing. But just bear in mind that if you insert the image, means that your image will not, you will not have to relocate your image within your in your folder in your Windows. So make sure you remember this, guys, and I will see you in my next video to make our title blocks. Bye for now, guys.